Mr. Federico. We'll go back to our remaining like a few slides. We
Yeah.
have 2 to 3 more slides, but at this time, I'd like to welcome Mr. Federico from Switzerland. And before he introduces himself, may we request everyone to please open your camera so we'll have the photo up? Because last time we forgot the photo up, we took it when everyone already left. So while you are still here, please open your camera. We'll take our screenshot.
Yeah, so everybody cameras on for
Michael, Mark Joseph,
20, 30
Jack,
seconds.
yes, Jackie, Kaiser, Jag, who else?
Greg, Michael, Ken,
Mark Joseph, Ken,
Mikhail.
please open your camera. For the you can
Jack.
find actually our Zoom background. If it takes time, it's okay. That's okay if you don't
Perfect.
have our Zoom background. It's fine. Just open your camera
Yeah,
because
open
we
your
want the
cameras, guys,
screenshot.
just for 20 seconds. We're gonna take a quick screenshot, give them a countdown, babe.
Wait, we need Jackie, Craig, Ken. Please open your
Yeah,
camera and
guys, come on,
Michael.
5 seconds.
Just 5 seconds. Kaiser is joining us for a moment.
Beautiful.
Okay.
All right, Kaiser, camera on real quick. We're gonna take a group photo.
Is Michael. Okay, very quick. Kaiser and Craig, please.
All right, we are gonna take a
Ken,
photo
very,
in
very quick.
5,
Craig, 4.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Another one.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. All right,
Okay.
Federico, please introduce yourself and take it away. The floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. It's very nice to see you all, to meet you. It's a great opportunity to speak to all of you. Thank you, Donessa. Thank you for inviting me. Basically, I would like to make a very short introduction of myself. I understand we have almost 20, 25 minutes plus 5 minutes of Q&A. So I have Spanish and Greek roots. I studied computer science and electrical engineering. I like very much this scientific approach. Actually, even now that I am the CEO of Graypes, I do program. I do program in Python. I help entrepreneurs to become, let's say, computer scientists. So I started from, let's say, the low level of the corporate pyramid as a programmer, as a product manager. Then I became CEO in a multinational company. And in 2007, I realized the beauty of the software as a service. So I decided to commence my first startup with 3 friends in Silicon Valley. After 1 year in 2009, we sold part of the IP to Facebook. We created an API for game developers. Then in 2010, I created my second startup. We created the fastest video search engine in the world. And in 2013, we sold the IP to Intel Multimedia Division. And then I found myself, let's say, as a lead technologist in the biggest R&D lab in Greece up until 2017, where suddenly I was receiving a lot of messages in any way, in any form, from entrepreneurs like you or potential business person asking what and how I have to work in my idea so I get funded. I get a product development, a business development. So as I mentioned, I'm a hardcore engineer. I started to create my service, Graypes, that created 2 unique value propositions. First, the entrepreneurs presented their idea in a way that the Silicon Valley VC would like to see. What is the problem? What's the solution? The innovation, the market, etc. And then I developed AI algorithms based on natural language processing and some algorithms to read the content. And according to the content and a huge base of business plans to assess and rate the idea, the project, the product between 0 and 10. And according to the outcome, I was presenting the talented entrepreneurs to our investors from Silicon Valley, Central Europe, Singapore, and also UK. So this is, let's say, my current work leading Graypes. It's a multinational company that basically we receive projects, ideas proposals from entrepreneurs all over the world. We assess them, and then according to the outcome, either we go to venture capitals or we give special consulting, or in some cases, we say, unfortunately, guys, you are not yet prepaid. Perhaps you need a special training, or perhaps you need to review your core idea. So this is more or less my presentation. I was lucky enough to enter the AI, let's say, race 6-7 years ago. At that point, AI was not so catchy. Now even coffee, you can see that is created from AI. And basically, what I would like to present to you is primarily what is the evolution of the data processing. So through this course, you can understand that there is huge opportunity. Don't listen, let's say, the news that AI will replace work, etc. Let me give you my personal experience, because I have almost 40 years of experience in the IT. Back in the 90s, when I started my being a, let's say, business person, this was the era of starting the personal computer. And everybody said that, with this personal computer, first, we will work only, let's say, 3 days per week. Primarily, we will not need so extensive work, and many people will lose their job. As you understand, this was the booming of a new era of the personal computer. A few years later, around 2007, 2008, combined with also the banking crisis, iPhone came, and everybody said, okay, now with iPhone, what are we going to do? A lot of jobs will be lost. But as you understand, the mobile started with a lot of application for iPhone, for Android. Same with the cloud computer, etc. And let me give you, let's say, extreme example to understand. Yesterday, I was giving a similar pitch, and some people said, but Federico, with the robots that are coming, let's say that the mushrooms now, that not only the drones, but also the industrial robots, the home accessory robots, will lose the jobs. Even the nurses will lose the job. And I said, no worry, guys, because every robot, yes, might replace one nurse, but might need 50, 60, or 1,000 engineers for the support, because you might need support from the artificial skin, the artificial nail, the left eye, the right eye, the firmware update, bugs, problems, arm not working. So you can understand that this, let's say, fallacy of technology entering, then revealing us, it's fake. Now we work more than 30 years ago that we had a desktop and we had a time from 9 to 5. Then we turn it off and that's it. We have our personal, physical, analog life. Now, unfortunately, we're always online and there is a huge, huge service behind that. Now, let me go to some more practical stuff. I could speak for hours. I would present you the evolution of data processing, and there you can understand potential of AI. Then I will give you a sneak peek of the top 5 businesses that will thrive in AI in the next 2 to 3 years. And then I will give you a small introduction of Grapes. So if you allow me, I would like to share my screen.
Yes, you can share your
Okay,
screen.
of course. Thank you very much. Let's see. Okay, now. So, okay, can you see? Let me know if you can see so I can proceed. I guess you can see, right? Here. Now, so the first big leap on data processing was Google search. At that time, Google search was not the only search engine. If you see, by the way, can you see my screen? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Excellent. So at that time, it was also Yahoo, Alta Vista, but Google provided something unique, the fastest and the more reliable search. So think about lesson number one. When you start a new company, it will be competition. Don't afraid of the competition. It's good to have competition because this means that you have a market. Now, let's see Netflix. Netflix was the first platform using AI. Actually, AI is around us for at least 15 years. Huge AI supercomputers work on us when we go with YouTube, Netflix, of course, TikTok, and Instagram. So the first, let's say, massive use of AI algorithms was applied to YouTube and Netflix with primary, let's say, target to dominate our attention and our time. And I think they managed to do this. Actually, if you see Red Hastings, Netflix, one of the founders of the Netflix, his motto was, "We are competing with sleep on the margin." So Netflix want to steal the sleep of the users. And I think they managed using AI. Now, the next step was the social uh, networks, very well known Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, that not only they managed to dominate our attention and time, but also privacy and beliefs. So they started also to make a kind of propaganda and address our beliefs. And this is, let's say, notorious quote from Zuckerberg that I don't think that Facebook or internet platform in general should be arbiters of truth. Basically, they are arbiters, unfortunately, of everything, and it is becoming very difficult to understand what is true and what is a lie. Now, the first glimpse of AI as we know it was in 2017 based on a paper from Google scientists and workers. It was let's say, a notorious famous paper called "All We Need Is Attention," and this started the LLM race, where large language models basically predict the textual content. And for the first time in history, we as a humanity realize that there is a machine out there that can speak and think and express better than us. And this was the contextual window that we have in the LLMs. But then, recently, the last 1.5 years, we have the notion of the agent. It's an LLM with specific processing capability. For example, chemical agent, chess player, mathematics LLM agent, etc. And here is one big opportunity that the new entrepreneurs, new developers have. Give to the community agent, your proprietary agent, with a unique value proposition. The same way that 15 years ago, the developers created website, static website, or mobile application later. Now there is the opportunity to create agents. So start to see what agent is, an agent that resolves a big problem. On top of agents, we have agents network. It's very straightforward, but still complicated, because in the network now you have some agents that collect data, some other that analyze data, another set that execute, and a fourth set of agents that give feedback. And this is a network of agents that can do one or more complicated tasks, but in an orchestrated way, increasing the performance and perhaps reducing the cost. Here also is a pool of ideas. Now, recently, we've gone from text to action. This is, let's say, the immediate future of AI. So instead of just giving a question and receiving an answer or asking for a task, now you speak and the result is a mechanical execution. And to make it more complicated, this is where the big countries, primarily China and the United States, work. The network of AI robot agents. So a classical example can be in the factory or the industrial robots or home robots to accommodate people. Now, I have many demos, but I would like to give you draftly this one before going. As an engineer, as I mentioned, I have almost 40 years of experience. I rarely have the wow, the aha effect. I remember 30 years ago when I played for first time with a Macintosh, the iPhone, and many few. But this year I got this wow effect when I saw a demo in the Chinese national television where kids and the robot were smoothly orchestrated co-performing. And let me show you, let's say, 5 to 15 minutes how magically this happens so you understand that this is a glimpse of the future now. Okay, so this is, let's say, my first part of the evolution of data. Data is the new currency, more important than oil, that perhaps in geostrategy now we have some discussion, because with data, you can make analysis, prediction, and primarily, unfortunately, perhaps you can direct people, communities, or countries. And also with data, you can create new businesses. Let me present you, as my team and I, what we think will be the key businesses based on AI during the next 2 to 5 years. And this can be, let's say, a starting point for new entrepreneurs to work on new ideas and resolve problems. This is a result coming from our 7+ year of innovation and analysis from me and my team, and also considering what are the trends in 3, 4, 5 key places that innovation happen. Silicon Valley in America, Texas, New York, London, Israel, and Southeast China. So let's see the main business application from 2026 on AI. Perhaps you know there are some applications that you speak, you give text, and you get video, images, or the combination. These for me are important, but for the moment look more than toy application because perhaps they don't resolve a key problem. And secondly, perhaps they don't address a huge market. So business number one is the infrastructure. The king of infrastructure is NVIDIA. They bring the chips, the GPUs, they bring the racks, let's say the collection of the GPUs, and they bring the way to interconnect all of them. Now, the key point here is that myself, Graypes, and many other companies, we claim that the infrastructure cannot be so complicated, can be also with CPUs, with some innovative approaches. For example, Graypes, that is based in AI, we don't use GPUs. We use CPUs because we train our model once per 2 or 3 weeks. We don't need real-time training, so we don't need extensive GPU or processing power. So this way, there are solutions where you give the same result with less energy, less cost, and significant performance. Industry number 2, defense. So this is a huge sector. We live in a challenging period where, as you understand, there are open wars everywhere, and AI is one of the top components of driverless drones, machines, etc. So they replace decisions and action from humans. This is also a huge, really huge industry. Cybersecurity. Now, I do also pitches and presentations to entrepreneurs and universities. And let me be very transparent with you. The number one application that early first year students in universities do is to use AI and create methodologies to attack routers, servers, IT infrastructure. So this is, I would say, the bread and breakfast of the first year computer scientist. And with AI, everyone, not only cybersecurity expert, but even you guys, you can have instruction how to attack, how to bypass systems. So that's why cybersecurity is becoming one of the top business applications in the AI area, because with AI you can attack. There are new clouds, the AI servers that should be protected, and also AI can identify vulnerabilities of the system. The next is fintech. Fortunately or unfortunately, finance is a big part of our life, and one of the key contributions of AI is predicting assets, stocks, and securities in the future. So there is a lot of application and a lot of work there, having the huge historical data of stocks market, of individual stocks, of ETFs, to understand and predict the future. And last but not least, personal well-being. This is a booming new sector, especially in the United States, where you use LLMs, either in textual or avatar-based, so you communicate as a psychology. Now, let me tell you something and disclosure to all of you. Graypes and my team, we are going to enter in this business because we see many unique value propositions. The existing businesses focus primarily on keep companionship or find connections, and not to be real psychology helper. Also, we would like to combine AI with the augmented reality and the augmented reality technology. This is something new, and having already presented you the 5 main business applications for 2026 and more, there is a huge pool of ideas that you and your team can start working on. So this is the second part, and let me go to the last part. Just give me 1 second. Okay, just to see the time we have. I guess I have 5 minutes, right? All right, excellent. Now, so I would like to make you a small introduction of Graypes. It's a very small. Now, I presented you technologies, opportunities. So let's say that you have an idea how Grapes can help you to get funded, to get product development, and have visibility to the world. Now, the first step is you can register for free in grapes.online or grapes.com. Let me show you a little bit. Okay, so this is our service. Feel free to navigate. Now, once you register for free, you can present your idea and present the next minimum step. What is your vision? What is the problem that you face? What is the unique value proposition? How you solve this problem? What is the innovation behind the solution? What is the current status? Your team, the status of the product, any clients, any investors? What is the market size you address? How you make money? Is this a software as a service? Is it B2B? Is it B2C? Explain. What is your competition? Should be competition. How are you going to market your idea, your key team members, and let's go for the next 2 minutes what we mean present the real opportunity. Let me tell you that one of the huge, let's say, reasons that you must make a business is because you resolve a big problem. Most of the businesses or the ideas fail because they have a technology, but they don't know what problem they resolve. So you have to answer or to present that people lose a lot of money, they lose profits, they lose time, users have low experience, there is a monopoly, or there is an opportunity lost. So your idea gives money to people through the service, they have profit, they reduce the time to develop something, the time to do something, they increase the user experience. Classic example is the iPhone. iPhone, it was a leap, a new user experience instead of the buttons. See if there is a monopoly, one only player in this market, and see that someone lost an opportunity and you are there to resolve. So this is my presentation for the moment. Let me assure you that I'm happy participating. I could speak for days. It's something I like to speak with young people, to entrepreneurs, and give you the idea that innovation is always there, never ending, and always business opportunity, provided that you see problems, and those problems, if you resolve, you can help huge number of people. Thank you very much.
We are open to questions. If you have any questions for Mr. Federico, please feel free to throw your questions there on the chat box, or you can unmute yourself. Federico has 5 minutes more to join us before we proceed to the closing. And Sam has joined. Can we have another photo up again? I think there's one. We have Carl Villanueva and Michael who joined. Can you have another photo up? Carl Villanueva, could you please open your camera so we can see you?
Yeah, Craig, Mark, Mikhail,
Oh, I saw Mikhail already. We have, Carl Villanueva
There you
and
go.
Michael.
Michael. And John, if you can open up your camera too, John Weston.
Jen Western, Ray, there you go. Ray Dasig, can you please open your camera for
Yeah.
a photo op?
So we're just turning our cameras on for about 10, 15 seconds for a photo op, and then you guys can go off camera again. All right.
Okay, ready?
Countdown in 3, 2, 1. One
Again.
more. 3, 2, 1.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
So We're open to questions
Yeah,
now.
open to questions. So remember, guys, closed mouths don't get fed. You are in the room with an expert who has pioneered, who has sold IP to some of the biggest companies out there. Use this time wisely.
Yes, anybody?
I'm going to ask you a question, Federico.
Please.
What would you say to youth about taking advantage and capitalizing on opportunities that might not come around again in their lifetime?
First of all, to answer your question, I would say I wish I was 18, 19 years old.
Mm.
We live in a fantastic time
Mm.
because knowledge is out there, communication is out there. You can make partnership connections with people not only from your neighborhood but from all over the world. And believe me, there are huge opportunities for innovation and new technologies in a unique way that never we've seen before. Of course, we might say we live in a time that changes. Yes, but when there are changes, then you have the opportunities. In contrary, in medieval period, everything was stable. The Catholic Church was dominant, no technology, no social unrest, and nothing new came. But now, not only due to AI, but also to huge geopolitical changes, I'm super optimistic that we would live the PC era and the mobile era at boost, at more. I don't know if I answered the question. I would like to transmit opportunities and optimism for huge possibilities.
Love it. In your experience, in working with all the different sectors that you've worked, I'm sorry, working across the different sectors you've worked with and selling IP to Intel, selling IP to Facebook, you've had to learn to identify opportunities. You've had to learn to identify shifts in the market. In your experience, what is the half-life or the expiration date of that span between identifying an opportunity versus it disappearing?
Can you rephrase the question so I answer? I mean,
Yes. So in your experience, in everything that you've done in up to date, what is the expiration date of an opportunity? So from that moment where you identify an opportunity in today's day and age to that moment being gone and capitalized by another person, how quickly do we have to move?
okay, it depends the opportunity, depends the timing, also depends how much, how big is the market, and how big are the players. For example, the LLM opportunity that we see now is gradually closing, but you see it's opening a new one. So
Mhm.
LLM, the big companies, they try to create the AI god, but don't be afraid. Perhaps you don't need to create AI for everything. Find AI for a niche market, right? So of course there are open and closed opportunities, but the opportunities always exist. So there is not, let's say, a recipe, but there is one talent that the young people should have is the resilience and open eye always. And don't worry, be crappy. Don't worry, go to something, experiment, not be to be perfect, try, connect with people. And one more thing that I learned from Silicon Valley, think big, fail fast. Think for the big opportunity. And if you see that the window is closed, not a big deal, not hard feelings. Go to the next.
Hmm. Wisdom. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Federico. Anyone from the young tech leaders, who are keen to explore any of the innovations that Mr. Federico has introduced to us, or those who may want to start, and we can even invite your professors in our next masterclass, your IT teachers, from Foundation University and even from other universities. This is a very good topic, Mr. Federico, and we would want to invite even the professors and in the college from different universities.
Yeah, anybody with an interest in
Yes.
defense, fintech, cybersecurity, infrastructure, or personal well-being, and using AI to leverage that.
We got that. So if we can bring these people into the virtual room, that will be great. So anybody, any more questions for
Yeah, we
Mr.
got
Federico?
we got time for one more question.
And then Mr. Federico can exit, so we can close the slide, and then we can give you the post-evaluation QR code. Anybody?
Yeah, if nobody's gonna speak up, I'm
I
gonna
have a
ask.
question for myself. If I was at the
Sure.
age of the participant, I would say, what is the key factor to create innovation and thrive? And for me, after many, many, many years, is find good business partners.
Mm.
Team is everything. In the era of AI, don't rely to AI or agents to be your partner or, let's say, your mentors. Find teammates, find team souls with the same spirit, the same vision, and try together. Because at the end of the story, what remains is the human memories, the failures, the success, the pizza, the overtime. You know what I mean.
So the human component can't be outsourced fully, but it can be amplified.
Exactly. You said the magical word.
Very nice. We learned something from Mr. Federico.
Absolutely.
And we got that covered for these like the pillars for innovation. If we can bring these people into the room for our next master class, that will be great.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time. It's always a pleasure, Federico, and a privilege.
Thank you very much. A privilege also, and wish you best luck and
Sure.
be safe.
Yes, thank you. And we already had the photo with Mr. Federico.
Yeah, we've got the last photo up there.
So thank you. And then it's okay, Federico, you can stay or you can join us till the next slide because we'll be closing. Anybody from because we need to finish the part of our presentation, which is
I will stay for a couple of minutes and then I will go.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me tell you, it is
yes.
Here in Europe is almost 10 a.m. and I have a basketball, let's say, reunion. So not only on the laptop, but also enjoy nature and life and sports. Okay, the analog, classical, biological world.
That's wonderful. We need that balance, huh? So
Absolutely.
at this point, we are really encouraging you to